So you want to go camping in your Cybertruck, but you don't want to tow a trailer because of the range loss. The Cyber tent isn't really what you're looking for because it takes up the bed of the truck and really restricts you on what type of gear you could take, whether that's ATVs or dirt bike, or even just gear that you want to take, refrigerators and all of your camping supplies. But you also don't want to camp on the ground because, you know, maybe you're afraid of spiders or bugs or wildlife. Well, I think I have the perfect tent for the Cybertruck, and I want to show you guys what it's all about. Let's check it out. What we have here today is the Cinch by Wildland rooftop tent. This is a fold-out tent, as you can see here. So it's not a wedge style. It folds up and then it folds out. And the reason why I went with a tent like this over a wedge style, I wanted to get as much space as possible, as I'm not a small guy. I'm a bigger guy, I guess you could say. I'm 6'2", about 215 pounds. So not small by any means. And I wanted something that was gonna give me enough space inside, you know, head space, leg space. I wanted to be able to lay down inside of a tent and really not feel restricted or feel like my head's hitting or my feet are hitting. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys all that. So the reason why I think this is the perfect Cybertruck rooftop tent is because they packed in some unique features into this rooftop tent. And I like that because one of the reasons why I went with a Cybertruck and I love the Cybertruck is because it's unique and they're pushing the industry forward in many ways. And I feel like this rooftop tent does the same thing. So let me go ahead and show you guys what I'm talking about. So what makes the Cinch by Wildland rooftop tent unique is the fact that it uses an airframe. So what that means is there's no metal frame, there's no wires, there's nothing like that. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna plug it in, and because the Cybertruck has onboard power in the bed of the truck, we're gonna go ahead and plug in the pump and get this thing inflated and get it set up. And then we can kind of look at some of the other features that it has going for it. So let's go ahead and get it pumped up. All right, so first things first, we need to turn on the power in the bed of the truck. Outlets, turn on the outlets. Okay, so as you can see, we turned on the outlets. Now let's go ahead and plug it in. It uses a cigarette lighter, but I have this power supply here that will convert it. So let's go ahead and get it plugged in, turn it on, and then let's plug it in. So as you can see here, there's just a little zipper, and here's your plug. So we're just gonna plug these in, all plugged in. Okay, so the power outlets went off because I didn't toggle on the stay on the center screen, but let's go ahead and turn this on now. And it's gonna go ahead and start inflating itself. It takes about 3 or 4 minutes for it to get fully inflated, which isn't bad because think about this. When you get to your campsite, you go ahead and unfold your tent, plug it in, let it pump itself up. You can start setting up camp, put out some chairs, you know, maybe grab a drink, you know, set up your grill, whatever the case may be. And it's doing all the work for you. All right, so there you go. So now we can turn this off, unplug it, tuck the cord back in, zip it up, keep it protected, put this back. Another thing I want to show is the fact that we're not on a level surface right now, but because the Cybertruck has auto level and what they call is tent mode, I'm going to go ahead and turn that on so you guys can see how it levels itself out. So as you can see, it raised this up quite a bit to help level itself. The front of the truck, the ground is higher than the rear as this is sloping down. So that makes it much more comfortable when you're up in the tent and when you're working in the back of the truck, as you would now have a level surface. So let's go ahead and check out the tent. So immediately what you can see is there's boot bag with ventilation at the bottom and back, and there's 2 of them. It's something you can use when you're inside the tent, and obviously you don't want to get your dirty, muddy shoes in the tent. You can just take them off and throw them back here. One thing I want to show you guys as well is the way I have this set up right now, I don't have a ladder attached, and the reason for that is because once I'm on the bed and the tailgate, I'm tall enough to just climb into the tent which I'll show you guys. But it does come with the ladder. It attaches here, easy to add on and take off. I have the ladder here. Originally what I did is I had the tent folding out on the side of the truck. But the more and more I thought about it, I kind of wanted it with this setup. Main reason was I didn't want to deal with the ladder. Also, look what it does to the bed of the truck. It fully shades it. So now anything I have in the bed of the truck is protected from the sun, and I like that. And like I said, it's not a big deal for me to climb up into the tent from the tailgate, as once again, I'm taller. But you can also leave the ladder attached if you wanted to, and then just have it rest on the tailgate, and then you could just climb up if you wanted to. But like I said, I don't think it's necessary, at least for me. But yeah, here you go. Here's the tent. And as you can see, I really like the fact that it's big. And I've looked at quite a few rooftop tents, and like I said, I settled in on this one because this has some unique features that I really like. I want to support that type of thinking from companies when they sit there and think outside the box and say, let's do something different, something innovative. And then also I wanted to fold out because I wanted that extra space. So let's go ahead and climb up in there, and I'll show you guys what it looks like on the inside. So we're inside the tent, and I mean, look, I'm able to get in here, and I have plenty of space. There's plenty of room. I mean, look, I'm like, my feet are at the halfway mark of the tent, and I'm leaning up against the corner here. So this is so as you can see, this is the frame. It's all inflated by air. It's really strong. You know, it's not gonna lose air. It's very, very strong. In the event you're unable to use the provided power pump, it does come with the air pump here. So you're able to pump this all up, even if for whatever reason you don't have power. But like I said, what I really enjoy about this tent is the fact that for my height, I'm able to get on my knees and my head doesn't even hit the top. And like I said, I'm 6'2", so that's really nice. I have plenty of room, so if I'm changing in here, I'm not worried about headspace. Also, as you can see, there's windows everywhere on every wall. There's a window on the left, window on the right, window in the back, and then obviously the front door can be a window. Here's something that's really cool as well. You have skylights. There's a skylight here and there's a skylight here. So now when you're in here, you're just getting so much air, so much sunlight. It really, really makes you feel like you're outdoors and you're enjoying nature, even if you're staying in. And what's really nice about this too is because it's plastic, it's waterproof, obviously. So even on a rainy day, if you're in here and you still want to get some sunlight or just be able to just see out, you can do so. And then here's probably the best part about having a rooftop tent, in my personal opinion, is the fact that you get some height. And when you get that height, you're able to enjoy views like this. I know it's dry, but I'm in Southern California. Everything's pretty much dry after the summer. But I'll say this, there's a nice breeze. I'm shaded. I'm able to sit out here in the peace and quiet and just enjoy a beautiful day. And that's what it's all about, in my personal opinion. And sharing moments and nature with my family, with my boys. Beautiful day. So let's measure the mattress, see how thick this mattress is. I know it's hard to see, but it's roughly 2 inches thick. And this is what I'll say about the mattress. Is it the most comfortable mattress in the world? No, it's not. I've already done some camping in this tent, and is it fine for a night or two? Yeah, 100%. My plan is to add a mattress, inflatable mattress or a foam mattress into the tent. That way I can get some extra cushion. This is a foam mattress, so I was really hoping this was going to be an inflatable mattress, given the fact that you're already inflating the frame. I was hoping it was going to be inflating the mattress as well. That's not the case. Not a big deal, but like I said, I think what I'm going to end up doing is finding an air mattress that will fit back here and just kind of add on to it, or get some extra foam and just kind of make it a little bit more plush. But like I said, it's perfectly fine for 1 or 2 nights. You're not going to have any issues with it whatsoever. I do like a little bit more of a firm mattress, just even at home. So maybe I'm biased, but I thought it was fine. Another cool feature is the fact that it has lighting in here. I know it's going to be hard to see given the fact that it's daytime, but all you need to do is get a power bank like this, plug it in, and then there's a little pocket over here. And now you're able to turn on the lighting, which is really, really nice at night. Has different dim, so you can go from bright to very dim. If you wanted to leave the light on at night, maybe you have some kids with you and they don't necessarily want to be in the pitch black, and especially when you're out in the middle of nowhere, it's going to be pitch black. So that's a really nice feature as well. There's the skylights and all the windows. Let's go ahead and measure to see what the length is from one end to the next. So as you can see, it's 78 inches from end to end. So that's 6 feet, 6 inches. I'm 6'2", that gives me plenty of space, no issues whatsoever. Let's go ahead and measure the width. And the width is about 52 inches, 4 feet, 4 inches, which I think is plenty for 2 people. If you have 2 adults in here, I think that's plenty. I think you can probably get an adult and 2 smaller children and you'll be more than comfortable. So that's, once again, the reason why I went with the fold-out tent. I know that the wedge style gives you low profile for when you're driving. This is a little bit chunkier, but like I said, I'm sacrificing space, in my personal opinion, with the wedge style, and I didn't want to do that. I'm okay with losing a little bit of efficiency on the Cybertruck, but once I get to my destination, I'm really comfortable and happy with where I'm living. So, so far, really loving it. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the features of the Cinch by Wildland Air Cruiser rooftop tent. So they tested this, and the temperatures that they tested it in were -4 degrees Fahrenheit and up to 150 degrees Fahrenheit. This has also been tested for gale force 7 winds. It has thermal regulating, and it has a SPF 50 plus polycotton shell. So that's one thing I was really happy with too, is the materials of this. Seems very, very premium. It's definitely doesn't feel cheap or feels like it's gonna rip, feels like it's gonna last quite a long time, which is really nice. The material is also a 280 gram ripstop polycotton, which is really, really strong and feels like it's gonna last quite a long time. Another thing is that this tent, the net weight of the tent by itself is 80 pounds, which is extremely light. Once you add on all of the hardware and you add on the ladder and the cover and whatnot, it does jump up to about 125 pounds. But even then, that's not very heavy. I think that's a reasonable weight for a rooftop tent. So it's not gonna be something that is extremely hard to get on and off of your rack if you needed to do so, but it's also built very, very strong and well made. All right, so let me now show you guys how to take down the tent, which is super, super easy. Here's the exhaust valve. So we're just gonna unzip. The valve is right here. It's gonna get really loud because it's gonna release all the air, and then the tent is gonna deflate. And then we just fold it back up, and it's gonna release all the air just with the folding, and that's it. That's how easy it is to deflate and get the tent packed up. Now I wanna show you guys the decibel levels while having the Cinch by Wildland rooftop tent up on the Cybertruck. And as you can see, at highway speeds of up to 70 miles per hour, the highest decibel level was about 70, 71 decibels. So once again, this is the Air Cruiser from Cinch by Wildland. If this is a tent that you're interested in, I'm gonna go ahead and leave a link down below so you guys can take a look at it. I highly, highly recommend it. And now what I'm really excited about is I'm gonna be doing a lot of camping trips, a lot of overlanding trips, and I'm gonna be using this tent, and I'm gonna be able to share with you guys those experiences and see how this tent holds up over time. So thank you guys for watching, and see you guys in the next one.